Get ready, folks. They call him Bulldog. I just call him Fat Boy. Start cooking, Fat Boy. Good afternoon, folks. I'm going to do something here. We're going to figure it out as we go because I have no idea what I'm making today. If you all figure it out and you want to name it, shoot me a text. We'll name it. But what I've got going, I got some potatoes and carrots in here that I'm going to steam because I don't want to lose my flavor off of those. We're going to put some elbow macaroni in it. We're got some ground turkey, some jalapeno peppers, some cauliflower. We're going to use a little liquid smoke, some Worcestershire sauce, and then, of course, some seasonings. But I don't know what yet, so we'll figure it as we go. So we'll work at it. Just let me know what you want to name it when we're done. And since ground turkey is extremely lean, we added some bacon grease in there. So we got the turkey cooking. It was still partially frozen, so it'll take a little bit. Same with our carrots and potatoes. They need to steam for quite some time. And I'm going to put some noodles in it, so I got my noodle water going. And I think we're going to we've got our cauliflower. I may add me a can of peas to it. And then we'll have us a thick gravy type stuff. Something like a hamburger helper, but with turkey. So we'll see what happens. We'll be right back. Okay, I put us about a half a box of macaroni noodles in here. And of course, I've still got these steaming. And this turkey is getting pretty close. It's like the forgotten meat. Hamburgers gotten so expensive. So I got this turkey, and I tell you what, this stuff smells good, and I haven't added a thing to it. I have not put one thing in here besides a little bacon grease. And this stuff smells amazing. Although, I'm getting ready to add some stuff to it. I got, of course, those jalapeno peppers I'm going to add to it. And we'll put some garlic in here. And may have to go a little more bacon grease because I'm going to put some flour in here and kind of make a little roux. So, that's where we're at so far. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, I added me my jalapenos and about 2 garlic cloves, or the equivalent of 2. I use that jar garlic. It's a lot easier. You don't have to prep it. But I got my noodles going here. They're getting kind of close. Of course, those are still going. I don't know if I'm going to steam the broccoli or just throw it in the pan and let it cook with it. Because I think this is going to take half hour or so after I add everything to it. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going by the seat of my pants here. I have no idea what I'm making yet. So just throwing some stuff together. I added me a couple more tablespoons of bacon grease to it. I'm going to put me a couple of these big heaping spoonfuls of flour in here. Yeah, that ought to do the trick. And we're going to soak that flour up. There we go, making a good old roux. Get it all mixed in. Let her cook there a second because we don't want to taste the flour. We should be getting pretty close on these noodles. I have to go off camera here in a second and give it a little taste. And these ought to be getting pretty close. So, be right back. Alright, yeah, our noodles are done. Let's see if we can get the right one. That's the rear one. We want this one off. These are not quite all the way done. But they're going to be sitting in this juice and stuff over here for a little while, so they don't need to be fully cooked anyway. All right, we got that going. That's kind of browning up a little bit. I'd like to see a little brownness to it. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll flip that over there. All right, now we can run back over here. I got some chicken broth that we're gonna pour off into there. A couple bouillon cubes and some water is what it was. All right, I got a can of peas we're going to add in here. All right, now switch from the spatula to the spoon now. Probably going to add some more water to this because it's going to, I don't want it real thick. I mean, I like it thick, but I don't want it real thick. We'll let that continue to cook. Might turn it down just a hair. And we're going to go check on these taters. So we'll be right back. Oh boy, I want you to know I messed up. I already put my taters and noodles in here. They were all ready. But I had the taters in here cooking, and I boiled that pan dry. And I mean to tell you, the bottom of that pan was black. I love these pans. Put it under the faucet, under hot water, sprayed it out, took a towel, wiped it out, like brand new. Love them. They're new wave pans. If you get a chance to get them, they're only about between, you can find them between $120 to $150, and you get the full set. If you get a chance to get them, you need to get them. They're awesome. The copper new wave pans. Okay, it's time to start seasoning things up. We're going to go for a little liquid smoke. I wouldn't go more than about a little over a teaspoon. That stuff's pretty stout. And then Worcestershire, probably a couple tablespoons. And then we're going to stir this bad boy up. That ought to change the color to more of a beefy kind of flavor or look. And we're not after the like Sloppy Joe look or Hamburger Helper, because it's not hamburger, it's turkey. So we can take what we can get. All right, we need to get some salt in there, and probably lots of it, because turkey and your potatoes will beg for salt. So I'm going to take, it's probably a good teaspoon there, or tablespoon, and maybe a teaspoon. So 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. And we're going to give us a good stir here, and then we're going to give it a taste test. We're going to add some cracked black pepper to it. Not really cracked. Well, it is, but it's more of a whole kernel type of black pepper, if you ask me, but it says cracked on the bottle. Yeah, probably between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. All right, we're going to let this cook down a second. We added garlic to it already, so we won't want to add no more garlic powder. But we didn't have any onions, so I may put a shot of onion powder in it. We're just going to taste it here in a little bit. And I got my cauliflower going, which we're going to add to it once it gets done steaming. We want it kind of soft before we put it in here. All right, we'll be back. I put a tablespoon of onion powder and a little over a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. But believe it or not, I've tasted it, and it needs some more salt. So we're going to go, and look how that's thickening up. We're going to go another like tablespoon of salt. But yeah, it's thickening up. I put a little bit of cauliflower in there. I still got a bunch here. I think I'm just going to eat that on the side, because that's plenty. And now we're going to let this sit and cook for half an hour or so on real low. I turned it way down there. And we'll just let her simmer and let everything meld together and see what we come up with. So far, it tastes pretty good. Okay, I want you to see what this turned out like. Got it pretty thick on me. I like it. It's not too thick. It's actually pretty nice. And we're going to take my spoon over here. Give it a taste. Maybe a little less Italian seasoning. And if you do not like jalapenos, do not put what I put in here, because it gets you pretty quick. So don't add so many jalapenos if you don't like hot stuff. Personally, myself, I do. So to me, and that extra little salt I added to it was perfect. I don't know what to call it. You all name it. But if you want the recipe, I mean, you've seen the biggest part of it, but if you want the exact recipe, just shoot me a instant message and I'll send it to you. But that's good. All right. These things are filmed a little early. Right now we've got the riots going on. This deal with George Floyd, completely wrong. My heart goes out to his family. I mean, what can you say? I mean, there's just a few bad cops out there. But you have to understand, guys, it's not the whole department. Not every police officer across this country is bad, so don't take it out on them. Stop the rioting, do your peaceful protest, and go home. Stop the looting and the rioting. That's breaking the law, and you need to be arrested for it. That's my opinion. So you take that for what it's worth, okay? I'm going to go back to eating my dinner. This shit is good. Catch y'all next time. Oh my God, folks. This is like a PS version. Put you a third of a block of Velveeta cheese in here. Melt it into it when you're done. It gets really thick. And this stuff, oh man, that's the kicker. Put that cheese in there, folks. Don't forget the cheese. It is good.